a postgraduate in corporate law, and you choose corporate law service at number 15.
That Muslims are responsible for population explosion. Do you have anything to say on that?
How about the people who are belonging to this LGBT plus community?
In India, do you believe that there is a cultural revivalism nowadays?
What are the 2 or 3 values which you consider that these values should be followed in any case? Like these are the absolute values for you.
May I come in, sir?
Good afternoon, please take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
You're Mr. Arif Moin.
Yes, sir. Arif.
Arif. So Arif, introduce yourself to the board.
Yes, sir. So my name is Arif. I hail from Vijender in Thane district, from where I've completed my basic education. After which I moved to Bangalore to pursue BA LLB Honours from Alliance University. After completing that in 2019, I started preparing for civil services, post which I also completed Masters from Jamia Millia Islamia in law. My hobbies include listening to EDM deep house music, cooking and reading fiction books.
Arif, you just mentioned that you did that integrated BA LLB.
Yes, sir.
And then you went on to do your masters from Jamia LLM.
Yes, sir.
In corporate law.
Yes, sir.
And then corporate law service is at 15, even below the group B services. That says a lot about your commitment to your discipline. Why is it so? I mean, you are postgraduate in corporate law, and you choose corporate law service at number 15, beyond even the DANEPs and DANEX.
Sir, the primary reason behind that was some of my seniors had told me that corporate law service is a little, it's a great service, but with respect to promotions and with respect to the work culture and with respect to the responsibilities, it should be, it should not be preferred over the other services. That is why.
You're willing to get into the postal service before corporate law service, despite an LLM in corporate law.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, corporate law services, as my understanding goes, it's all about the companies and the registration of companies. So, sir, my interest lies in securities in venture capital and not in general corporate services. And I felt that the other services under which the CSE examinations are conducted have a much better scope. That is why I chose those services above.
If you look at the Companies Act, tell me, in Companies Act, what are the areas which recent changes which suggest that the Indian corporates has to be more inclusive? What are provisions in the Companies Act in the recent changes that suggest that we want more inclusive corporate boardrooms?
So there are many provisions that have been introduced under the Companies Act 2013. So the first being that the board of directors, if the company's turnover is about 200 crore, there has to be a women director. So there has to be more 1/3 independent director if there are certain conditions, if the company has a certain turnover, if they have more than 50 crore loan taken from any company or bank. So sir, that, and also with respect to sir the small shareholders director, that is also been made inclusive to represent.
Why is it so that Indian corporate boardrooms still, despite gender thing has been included, as you said, at least as an independent director you have to have somebody from women, but other social categories, the SCs, the STs, the OBCs, I mean, they are not given any such protection. Why is it so? Why do we want our corporate boardrooms to be led by upper caste only?
Sir, it's not that we want our boardrooms to be led by upper caste only.
We are not making it inclusive.
So there have been attempts to make it inclusive. For instance, sir, the database of the independent director that has been provided under the Companies Act, which has to be maintained by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So the companies are free to choose any director which fulfills their requirement and their specialization where the company works. So sir, it totally depends on the independent companies to choose any director, and if any candidate, no matter what their background is, if they are coming from SC, ST, OBC category, it's not a bar for any company to hire them. If they meet the specialization and the requirement that the companies are looking for, then they may very well be hired as the director.
You're saying we are not stopping them. You're
Yes,
not
sir.
suggesting anything which suggests that we want to make it more inclusive.
Sir,
Anyways, I mean, it's not your call.
Yes.
It's what the law is. But
Yes.
anyway, you have taken, despite the fact that you're postgraduate in law, you have taken anthropology as your option. Were you really a bad student at law? I mean, you were running from law.
no, sir, it's not like that. Post my undergrad, I started preparing for civil services, and I had already chosen my options as anthropology. Later in my preparation years, I decided to pursue masters, but I was clear that if UPSC is not the thing for me, that I'll go back to law. So I chose to go with my own profession, that is law, and I pursued masters in that. But as I said that after undergrad, I had already chosen my options, so it was.
You know that law was available and still you chose anthropology.
Yes, sir. I know that law was available.
Okay, what is the anthropological basis of law?
Sorry, sir.
What is anthropological basis of law?
Sir, anthropology has a multi-diverse perspective of looking at law. So, anthropology being a discipline which primarily studies the primitive society. So, they study how the society is regulated and what sort of laws are present. So, sir, in primitive society, the legal mechanism are very diverse and they don't have the institutionalization of law or written law. So, there is a sort of tribal councils, or there is the mechanism of oath and ordeals in certain primitive society that regulates the behavior of its individuals and also gives out punishments, sir.
Anyways, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You mentioned demographic dividend. What is the rate of growth of population in India today?
Sir, I'm not aware of the exact number of the growth of the population, sir. I'll go back.
What is supposed to be the population replacement rate?
Sir, the population replacement rate as per the NFHS 5 is 2.0.
2.0?
Yes, sir.
2.1.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. It was 2.1.
And what is the current rate of population replacement in India?
Sir, it is 2.1.
Oh. Your earlier answer was for my second question.
Okay.
Replacement rate is supposed to be 2.1. We have gone below the replacement rate at 2.0.
Okay, sir. Sorry. I think I must have mixed up the.
Now, there is this widespread belief that Muslims are responsible for population explosion. Do you have anything to say on that?
Sir, I don't see much basis to that because if you look at the official data, the fertility rates have declined across the religious lines and across the communities. Muslim at one time had high growth rate, had high fertility rate, but it has declined. Even in most populous state like UP, it has come to around 2.5. So, sir, India's population growth is not propelled by one community, but rather it is the states like UP, West Bengal, Meghalaya, which are leading to the growth of the population. So, it would be unfair to target one community.
You didn't mention Bihar.
Yes, sir. Bihar also.
Bihar, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh. The so-called, what is that term Bimaru?
Bimaru state, sir.
Why is it called Bimaru?
Sir, it is used as a pejorative term to describe the low socio-economic development in these states.
What is the origin of the word Bimaru?
I'm not aware of the exact origins, and I'll have to
It's
read.
an abbreviation from Bihar,
Okay.
Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and UP.
Okay, sir. I'll read about it, sir.
Now, okay, you never say you'll read about it because after this interview, your fate is decided.
Yes.
The board is never bothered about what you're going to read later on. Just say you don't know.
Okay.
So, have you heard of a book called Population Myth, Islam, Family Planning and Politics?
No, sir, I haven't read.
I suggest that you Google it.
Okay.
And you'll find interesting facts and figures. And at the end of the interview, if you just leave your email with these people, I'll send you a PowerPoint which explains these myths.
I'll surely do, sir. Thank you.
Just before I pass you on, what is EDM? Deep house music?
So it is a genre of music that is played in clubs, and it is used through electronic instrument to generate the music.
What is EDM?
It's called electronic dance music.
Dark music.
Dance music.
Dance music, electronic dance music. So how is it generated?
So there are these electronic instruments like keyboards, and there is a retrograde 909 of a particular company which uses to generate sounds in rhythms, and even vocals are mixed together to generate this music.
Do you sing?
No sir, I don't sing.
You know.
Oh, hello Arif.
Hello sir.
Okay, as I see that you have a background of law, can you sort of differentiate between who is a lawyer and who is an advocate?
So a lawyer means somebody who has completed their education in the field of law. An advocate means somebody who is registered with the Bar Council as per the Advocates Act.
So you mean to say anybody who doesn't register with the Bar Council, he would not be called an advocate?
Yes sir.
How about the corporate lawyers?
So sir, the corporate lawyers, they sometimes are registered, but sir, corporate lawyers generally don't appear before the court. Their specialization lies in drafting, conveyancing, and client meetings. So they do the documentation work for most of these companies, sir.
So you mean to say that they may not get registered themselves in the Bar Council?
Yes sir.
Okay. Okay. So Arif, the next question would be, it was hotly debated topic, the same-sex marriage, the last year.
Yes sir.
Can you name a few judgments of Supreme Court which sort of authenticated or for that matter gave the judgment in the favor of LGBTQIA plus community?
So there have been many judgments in the recent past. The most recent being the Suprio versus the State Union of India, where the Supreme Court denied the right of marriage to the same-sex couples, saying that it is not recognized under the Constitution. Before that, sir, Navtej Singh Johar versus Union of India, where the Supreme Court struck down Section 377 with respect to the area where it criminalized consensual same-sex intercourse between willing individuals. So, apart from that, we had the Nalsa judgment, which recognized the third gender. And so before that, we had the Nas Foundation case before the Delhi High Court and the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court upheld the constitutionality of Section 377 of IPC.
Don't you think, Arif, that same-sex marriage was the natural progression, having the Section 377 being declared unconstitutional? What were the arguments, according to you, which justified that not allowing the same-sex marriage in the country? What were the arguments?
Yes, sir. As rightly pointed out by you, sir, even in the judgment of Navtej Singh Johar, while giving the affirmity to this thing, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud has said that natural rights of succession and marriage should also flow, but then the primary ground to deny the right of marriage to the same sex were on the ground that the constitutional morality that does not allow for it, and sir, it was on the religious ground. On the other hand, sir, the petitioners had argued that same-sex marriage could be recognized under the Special Marriage Act.
Then what was the problem with the Special Marriage Act? What is that one very specific provision which was argued upon in the court, stating that the Special Marriage Act does not allow the same-sex marriage?
Sir, may I take a moment to think about it? Sir, I think it was the provision under the law which said that marriage is between a man and a woman.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so that was one thing. So okay, let's talk about the presence of collegium system and the percentage of people who are coming from this LGBT plus community. Do you think that there have been any Supreme Court judges as of now? We do talk about women in general in the higher judiciary. How about the people who are belonging to this LGBT plus community? Do you think that they have been in the higher judiciary as of now? So what was that one case that was in news recently, wherein one of the lawyers was, his case was stalled for a long time?
Yes, sir. Sir, there had been attempt to elevate Advocate Suresh Kaushal, if I am not mistaken. He was a practicing senior advocate of Delhi High Court and Supreme Court. His name was recommended for elevation to the Delhi High Court, but the government report had given certain adverse remark on the basis of national security. So that was the ground to deny his elevation.
Okay. I would recommend you to go and check the name. Just one last question. Why is the word trafficking is used in human trafficking? And which article talks about human trafficking in general?
Sir, the article is Article 24 of the Constitution, if I'm not mistaken. And sir, the word trafficking, sorry, I'm unable to recall the exact reason why it is used.
Okay. So you play table tennis.
Yes, sir.
If you see, there are only two sides to a table tennis, that is red and black. Why is it so? Is there any specific purpose why it is made black and red?
Sir, those rubbers are used to provide a different type of hit that can be used. If you tilt the, if you change the sides of the table tennis racket, then the pressure that is applied and the swing that will be generated via the hit will be completely different from either of those sides. So it is used in the backhand and the forehand play.
Okay, but like one is for more spin.
Yes, sir.
So which one is?
Sir, the black one is for more spin.
Just tell me 3 examples of a wrong serve.
So the first one would be that if the ball is not, if the ball does not bounce more than 16 centimeter while serving. The second is that if the ball hits the net, and the second is that when serving, sir, it has to go to the opposite quadrant of the other player. So if it bounces on the same quadrant, then it will be considered as a wrong.
Are you aware of ping pong diplomacy?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Sir, ping pong diplomacy referred to the thawing of the relationship between China and the United States of America during the time of the President Nixon, where it was promoted between these two countries so that sport could be used to normalize the relationships.
In India, do you believe that there is a cultural revivalism nowadays? And what do you understand by cultural revivalism anthropologically?
Sir, to answer this question, I'll like to divide the answer in 2 parts. The first one, there is a cultural revivalism in India. And secondly, sir, from an anthropological perspective, cultural revivalism means that one goes back to their own culture and starts to take more pride in their own culture. So given the long period of colonialization in India, a certain section had sort of forgotten and looked down upon the Indian culture, and there is a recalibration in the approach towards our own culture, and we take more pride in it.
So just give me a few examples of it in India.
So the first being that use of Hindi, that is one way. Secondly, sir, the practice of Sanatan Dharma and the vocal use of it by the Indian government at international fora. For instance, the Vasudeva Kutumbakam and even the Vishwa Guru diplomacy that India is using, Vaccine Maitri, that also stems from our own culture.
Is it like good or bad culture if there is a hyper cultural revivalism in the country?
So as long as the cultural practices are not harming any individual, then I think, sir, it's a very good thing to revive the culture and take pride in it. We should also take.
How can it harm, like reviving your own culture, how can it harm somebody?
So extreme cultural consciousness can also lead to othering of people who does not practice those culture. So for instance, sir, in India, we see that there could be divide on the basis of people who do not practice this culture or that culture. So that could lead to even, taking a shot at the cultural fabric of this country.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So Arif, you are from Mumbai suburban area. What is a suburban area?
So it is the expanse of the Mumbai district from Dadar till Mulund, from in the central side, and from the western side it is from Mahim to Dahisar, sir.
So how is it decided that this is a suburb area and this is the main city? Is there any rule for this, or is there any classic criteria for that?
Sir, I'm not aware of the specific, but it lies in the historical development of Mumbai, sir. Given that Mumbai was composed of 7 islands, and after the amalgamation of the 7 islands, so that part of Mumbai was called the Mumbai City District. And as the urbanization grew and the city started spreading northwards, so the Thane district had already been declared in 1833. So from the outer limits of the Mumbai city district till the limits of the Thane district was declared to be Mumbai suburban.
Okay. So in Thane recently there was announcement about metro.
Yes, sir.
So in Mumbai it is not successful. In most of the cities metro is not successful apart from Delhi. So why they are making metros in all the cities and why it is not successful in Mumbai?
Sir, it would be too early to say that metro is not successful in Mumbai because the whole network of Mumbai metro has not been constructed. There are only 4 operational lines as of now, sir. So once the entire network will be constructed, we'll see that it would considerably reduce the load of traffic from the roads and also increase the ridership, sir. On the existing metro lines, there has been higher ridership and there has been a greater traffic also, sir. And we see that, sir, metro has been seen as an alternative to the private transportation, which is contributing to environmental degradation, and that is why metro is seen as a cheaper option to mass transport, sir. So that is why we are extending it to all the major cities of the country.
Okay. Tell me one thing, like what are the 2 or 3 values which you consider that these values should be followed in any case? Like these are the absolute values for you.
So for me, honesty is one. Second is perseverance. I think I keep doing that thing until I achieve my result. And the third would be courage.
Okay. So just take a case, like if someone has committed a crime and he comes to you, it may be a criminal case, it may be a civil case, and he says that I have committed this crime, but you have to fight the case in the court. So in that case, how will you ensure that you are abiding by the value of honesty? Will it be towards your client or will it be towards the person who is harmed in this case, or will it be in general to you? What does honesty mean to you in this case?
Sir, in the instance that you've given me, honesty means that I represent my client to the best of my abilities. Sir, often there's a perception in the mind of the people that if somebody has committed a crime and they come to a lawyer, the lawyer is going to argue that they're completely innocent. So that is not how any case is fought. So if we know that the client has committed the crime, we make sure that they get the least possible punishment, and that is my job as a lawyer, and that's how I will ensure that that's how I'll ensure my honesty towards my client, that I get him the best possible solution that the law has to offer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Arif, you
Yes,
have claimed Delhi as your home state for strange reasons, but since it's your home state, I'm sure you know Delhi well.
So I don't know it that well, but I completed my master's from Delhi.
Okay, just how many bridges are there on Delhi Yamuna?
Sir,
Arrange them north to south?
sir, I'm unaware of the specific details, sir.
Which part of Delhi you're well conversant?
South Delhi, sir. I know a little bit about South Delhi.
South Delhi. Okay, tell me which road you believe divide North Delhi from South Delhi or Central Delhi from South?
Sir, I'm unaware of the exact specific road, sir. It's that
Tell me 3 important aspects of Razia Sultan.
Sir, the first being that she was the first and the only Muslim woman to rule the Delhi area. The second was that, sir, she was chosen over her sons by Iltutmish. And third being, sir, she was well conversant in the art of horse riding, and even she was a good fighter, and she was literate also, which was rare at that time.
Okay, fine Arif, nice talking to you. Your interview is over.
Thank you,
You can
sir.
leave.
Thank you.
Take a seat, Arif.
Thank you, sir.
So, Arif, when is your interview?
Sir, it's on 24th January.
24th January, not far. And it's going to be your first interview?
No, it's going to be my second interview.
What was your score last time?
So it was 157.
157. You're not 157%. What happened?
So after a lot of deliberation, I could figure out 3 issues that happened. The first one being that when the interview was about to begin, and so it was Manoj Soni sir's board, I interjected him when he was about to say something. I was just seeking permission to remove the mask. The second one being that I think I told him that I practiced for some time, but when he was pressing me on that particular issue, like the conversation went on to international human rights or something, and he started pressing me to answer, and I was trying to play safe, and I told him, sir, I don't know the answer to something. And when he kept on pressing, I told him that I never practiced, so I think that would have come across as a little dishonest. Yeah, sir. And apart from that, there were 2 questions which were very factual, which I was not able to answer. But I don't think that they should have been.
Factual questions rarely matter that much, unless, of course, it is very basic and everybody is supposed to know. See, Arif, obviously, we are surprised at 157, to be honest, because you are not a 157%, as I said. And you're a good candidate, definitely a good candidate. The only, there are a few things we'll be discussing, but overall, you're a good candidate. Your command of your subject is not bad. In general, your personality is good. Both your verbal and non-verbal communication are good. Walk-in is good. Sitting posture is good. In general, your hand movement is restricted. Eye contact is also good. Flow is very, very good. So these things are in place. See, there cannot be one size fit all case as far as interviews are concerned. That's why you should be ready for most factual to most analytical everything. Yes. But overall, in this particular interview, you were excellent. No, there was hardly any issue. Yes, there are things where you need to prepare a bit. I'm sure you'll take care of a few things. For example, this corporate law service thing, obviously you should be more prepared. Okay. Yes. Similarly, if you're claiming Delhi to be home state, study it well. There's no point not doing it. But overall, you're managing, whenever we try to put some stress on you, you're able to wriggle out of it, you're able to manage it well. Confidence is very good. Do prepare for the both states, Maharashtra as well as Delhi. Okay, Delhi because you claim it. Otherwise, I'm sure there isn't anything that you need to worry. Right now, you're well prepared, but make sure that on that day, you perform well. That's all.
Okay, sir. Right? Thank you so much.
All the best.
I have one. How many attempts have you made?
Sir, this will be my 5th attempt.
5th? Yes. Are you a general category or what category are you?
EWS.
Sir, this year I'm EWS. Earlier attempts had been
797.
Okay. Now, you have to be more prepared on demography because you mentioned and it's a hot topic.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of Minister Mohan Bhagwat's recent statement?
Yes, sir.
What did he say?
Sir, regarding that there should be more birth rates in the country to not let the demographic dividend.
What did he suggest? How many children?
3. Some South Indian states are saying
now 60. China had a 1 child. Now what is the norm these days in China?
So it's 3 now.
Also 3. So you have to be better prepared, and also the diversity within the country.
Yes, sir.
The average, as you know, is 2.0.
Yes, sir.
But there are places like Sikkim is 1.3 or something.
Yes, sir.
So there the threat of extinction of that original population is real.
Yeah.
Therefore, there may be a debate, there may be a discussion whether Mr. Bhagwat's idea is outlandish or it really means something.
Yes, sir. So this was the first walk over here.
Just to prepare yourself a little better because you have opted for it.
Yes,
You've done something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll do that, sir.
So you're brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you so much, sir.